Do you know what Mario does best? Well, saving the princess obviously, but he also runs left and right like a true champion. But what if we decided not to hit the left button for an entire game? Would it be possible to beat it? Let's drill that left button out of here. Uh-oh, that's not what was supposed to happen. Anyways, the rules are simple. We are going to try to beat New Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo DS without ever pressing left on the D-pad. Does that mean that we can't go left? Well, not really, because you'll see there's a couple of ways to go left without actually pressing the actual left button. Now that everything has been set, let's do this. So although Mario runs left on the opening cutscene, I'm not the one pressing it, okay? So it doesn't count. World 1-1 is pretty easy and will actually be a perfect stage to test out our new ways to move. Not being able to press left also means we cannot control Mario's momentum while he's jumping, so it becomes a little bit more difficult to control him. Just take it slow and you'll reach the end of this stage in no time. There's a mechanic in New Super Mario Bros. DS where some flying question blocks are randomly appearing in certain levels. Those blocks can contain all sorts of power-ups, and in World 1-2, what we want is a blue shell. And we got it. Nice. Getting that item is kinda difficult without moving left, but we can thankfully do a wall jump over there and carry over the momentum by jumping to grab the shell. So, why do we want a blue shell? Well, first off, it protects us from enemies while we run, and second, when we bounce on blocks, we start going left without actually pressing left, which is just what we want in a quest like this. 1-3 is kind of stressful at times because it contains so many pits we can fall down into. Not being able to control our momentum during the jumps is really making this quest harder than it should be. Welcome to 1-Tower, and this is the first stage where we'll have lots of trouble. It is a vertical tower, meaning we have to go up. You'll have to move left plenty of times in this level, and to do so, we'll have to rely on wall jumping. And let me tell you, this is easier said than done. There's many ways you can get stuck in this stage, which is kinda lame, and with those moving platforms that can crush you at any time, you'll have to be very careful. You'll have to use the blue shell and bounce on the walls if you want to get far in this tower. In all seriousness, if you die or lose the blue shell, you might as well just restart from the beginning. Keep going up and doing tons of wall jumps and you'll soon reach Bowser Jr., who's super easy to defeat, thankfully. 1-4 contains lots of slopes, so just run, hide in the blue shell, and slide your way to the end. 1-5 has lots of bouncing mushrooms, and once you're bouncing on those, Mario will always keep his momentum and move right, which is kind of annoying. Thankfully, we can do some ground pounds to stop Mario and then wait until we're actually ready to go right again. 1-Castle has lots of spikes and things to watch out for. Thankfully, just take your time and this will be super easy. The boss is also kind of easy, as you can literally just jump above him, and if you have a blue shell, you can even bounce on Bowser, which makes this fight even easier. World 2-1 is filled with lovely pokies, but this time around, we can just hide in the blue shell and defeat them all by running into them. Seriously, it is so satisfying to destroy them one after another. 2-2 contains our boy Lakitu, and this dude's a tad annoying, throwing his spinies at us and everything. Just avoid them by running right when he throws them and be careful with the blue shell and you'll be good. 2-3 takes place in the underground sewers and we'll have a problem right at the start. You see, you need to go left down this slope there, and while it is possible to do it with a wall jump or by sliding down the slope, all of your momentum is immediately lost when you bounce on that gate. And sadly, as soon as you move right, the gate closes down again, so even by repeatedly bouncing left and right with a blue shell, there's actually nothing to do. I tried many things, and even got myself a mini mushroom to see if the low gravity could help or something, but nothing actually works. Well, that was fun, my dudes. I guess that's it for this quest. Or is it? While this level is officially dead for the run, we can actually go back to World 1 and try the secret exit that is located in World 1-Tower. After going up this pipe cannon, start running there to hide in your shell, bounce on the wall, and fall down to this door over there. Use the blocks to move into this crevice, and then use the shell to break those blocks, and you'll reach the secret exit. This leads us to World 5, using this amazing cannon. World 5-1 is pretty easy if you just run fast and hide in the blue shell. You can actually avoid all of the enemies, snowballs, and other hazards that way. 5-2 can also be completed just by running right and defeating enemies using the blue shell. 5-Tower is kind of an annoying stage as it takes place on this elevator platform. You have to avoid those spiky boulders that move on the platform with you, and it is possible to avoid them all by wall jumping to go back left or by hiding in your shell and bouncing all the time, but it is kind of tedious. I thankfully did pick up another blue shell from a toad house earlier, so I could damage boost through some more difficult parts. Bowser Jr. is super easy to defeat as you just have to jump on his head 3 times. 5-3 is also an easy stage in this world. Just run, hide, and slide your way to the flagpole at the end. 5-Ghost House is a vertical level with lots of staircases, so you'll have to go left lots of times. This is why you absolutely need to have a blue shell if you want to make it to the end. It also helps defeat the bruisers in one hit, so that's kinda nice. This part here is really annoying as you have to get in between those 2 platforms, but there's not enough room to get a proper wall jump going, so you'll have to rely on the blue shell bouncing once more, and this is easier said than done, but after a couple of tries, I did manage to squeeze in there and reach the end of this level. 5-4 is an auto-scrolling stage with mushroom platforms that move up and down. Yay! Make sure to do tons of ground pounds to stop the momentum and wait for the auto scroll to catch up and you'll be good. 5-Castle has lots of conveyor belts and timing your jumps is really difficult, especially with all of the plants, dry bones and other hazards the game throws your way. There's a couple of annoying parts where you have to do precise jumps to avoid getting eaten alive by those plants, but after a bit of practice, you'll reach the boss, Petey Piranha. This dude's a total joke. Just move right when he tries to attack you, and then do a wall jump to go back left and defeat him. World 6-1 starts off kind of okay. There's a couple of bullet bills, sure, but nothing that can really stop us. Sadly, we'll soon reach this part over here. So you need to go up there, and to do so, you have to do some wall jumps, and while doing the first wall jump is easy, doing the second one is just impossible. You see, to do a wall jump in New Super Mario Bros. DS, you actually have to slide on the wall first, and to do so, you have to hit the D-pad in the direction of that wall. This means that we'd have to hit left here to be able to do the wall jump, and since we can actually hit left in this quest, well, we're stuck. I tried aiming for that wall up there to do a wall jump from over there, but it is no use. We just can't reach that platform. But one thing that I did learn from beating this game with a mini mushroom only is that sometimes you can actually jump higher with that equipped. Let's go back to World 1-4 and get a mini. Sadly, the mini mushroom wasn't very helpful, as we have the exact same problem we had with the blue shell. But at one point I did a ground pound up there and gained a little bit of height, and as you can see, the checkpoint flag appeared. Yup, I actually managed to hit the checkpoint hitbox without actually going up there. So after waiting for the timer to run out, I re-entered the stage and was put right after the impossible jump. We actually cleared it! And that's not cheating, the game put me there. I didn't ask for this, I just got it. The rest of the level is pretty easy, and with that out of the way, let's move to 6-2. This stage contains water that keeps moving up and down, so watch out for the spinies that float up the water, and you'll clear this one in no time. 6-Tower is full of dangerous skewers, and this part here is quite the problem. Guess we're gonna have to grab another blue shell for that part. Here's the trick to get one. We can just go back to World 1, clear a level with the timer ending in 11, 22 or 33 and get a special mushroom house. Once you're in there, you'll have to hit the block with the correct timing, and if you manage to do it, you get a blue shell. Simple yet effective. So back to this difficult skewer part. You'll have to use the blue shell bounces to make your way up there, then into there, and after getting a headache from the moving camera, you'll be able to move up over there and actually clear that part. It may look easy to do now, but let it be known that I've spent about an hour on that single part. Oh, and that's not even the hardest part of this stage. This room here also forces you to use the blue shell to bounce your way to the top. And this part also took forever to beat. This tower is insanely difficult, so consider yourself warned if you want to attempt this challenge. Thankfully, 6-3 is an easy stage and will be beaten in no time. 6-4 starts off okay, but we'll soon reach this part where we have to hit a switch to turn those outlines into actual blocks. This is quite easy to do, and we can even wall jump to go back to the left, but to climb up there, you'll need to do 2 wall jumps. And we can't wall jump off the left wall once more. Guess we're going back to 1-4 to get that mini mushroom. With the low gravity of the mini mushrooms, we can actually do one-sided wall jumps and actually make it up there, which is super cool and means this quest ain't over yet. 6-Tower number 2 contains a lot of annoying parts, but to be honest, being Mini Mario here is actually the easiest way of making it up the tower, as the momentum you get from wall jumping is insane in that form. Keep doing wall jumps to move left and up, and you'll soon reach Bowser Jr. He's kind of annoying to beat here as you have to send back the shell in his face, but it is possible to do it nonetheless. 6-5 is the first underwater stage in this quest, and the only annoyance in this one are those green cheeps, so just make sure to avoid them and you'll be good. 6-6 is not very difficult, as you just have to move up using the springs. This second part worried me, as you have to use those pipe cannons to go up, and they're always located on the left side of the stage. But thankfully, as Mini Mario, you can just wall jump off the right wall there and reach the pipes easily. 6-Castle is not very difficult, containing lots of moving platforms, but they actually make it easier to move up. The boss is pretty easy to beat, as it takes place in an auto-scrolling stage, so by making some jumps, you always move a little bit to the left side. Plus, the tank wheels can't actually hurt you, so you have nothing to worry about if you stay down there. With this boss cleared, we can finally move to World 8. Yup, no World 7 in this quest. That's just how the world map works in this game. World 8-1 is not very difficult, although these crows are really annoying to deal with. 8-2 is up, and this stage starts off with a big problem. To go up, we absolutely need to hit that switch to make the water level rise, and since the switch is all the way to the right, we can't actually move left once that is done. No wall jump can save us this time around as we are underwater. We are actually forced to press left to clear this stage. I'm sorry, but this quest is over. But we're not going to let that ruin our day, okay? Let's find out how many left presses are actually needed to beat the entire game, shall we? So obviously, we need one left press over there, as I just said. And if we hold left and never let go of it at this part, we can actually swim up there and do a wall jump to reach this platform and enter the pipe without letting go of left. So this saves us a left press to enter this pipe, which is kinda cool. Sadly, this stage will force us to press left 2 more times in very similar rooms containing those bad underwater switches. 8-Tower contains a couple of scary jumps at first, but having the mini mushroom actually helps out a lot. Sadly, we'll soon reach this part here with the spiked wall on the right side. And turns out you can't actually wall jump off a spiked wall in this game. I even tried doing a ground pound attack on this dry bone shell to move up, but even by doing that, we're stuck up there and there's not much we can do. Sadly, we'll have to press left one more time to beat this part. 8-3 is an underwater stage, and the first part of this one is a vertical segment, meaning we'll have to push left again there and there. Ugh, 2 more left presses. Why are you so mean like that, World 8? We were doing great before meeting you. 8-4 is home of those annoying spider enemies that appear out of nowhere. Seriously, these dudes are the worst. Use some ground pounds to avoid running into them and this stage will be done. 8-Castle is pretty easy if you hit those square blocks to make the platforms appear, just make sure not to miss a single one. 8-5 is kind of easy and will just require you to avoid falling down in the lava or touching one of those annoying lava bubbles, but that's all there is to it. 8-6 is also pretty easy, and I really like the fact that you can move to the right side of the screen to come out from the left side. It actually really helps out a lot in a quest where pushing left is forbidden. 8-7 is filled with flying Koopa Troopas, but they can be easily avoided, so no worries. 8-8 is full of hot lava boulders falling down from the sky, so I suggest using the blue shell to quickly get to the end and avoid them altogether. Welcome to 8-Tower number 2, a vertical tower where you have to use a moving snake block to get to the top. Yup. You can guess that this one is going to be a pain in the butt. A major pain in the butt. Actually, it's the worst level ever made. We actually have to press left so many times during this stage, and I did try to do wall jump to save some left presses here and there, but to be honest, there's not much that can be done. This snake block moves way too much left and right. With the blue shell equipped, you can actually save some left presses, because you can hold down on the D-pad while still holding left to stop running and then just let go of the down arrow to keep moving left. This little trick actually saves us a lot of presses, but I reviewed my footage over and over again and we are forced to press left a total of 6 times to reach the end of this tower. That really hurts. 8-Bowser is the final stage in this quest, and this castle is really annoying. Make sure you enter it with a blue shell, as this will be needed quite a lot to reach the end without pressing left. And believe it or not, it is actually possible to clear it. It requires lots of precise wall jumps and also a lot of luck, but you'll eventually reach the final bosses, Bowser and his son Jr. I managed to beat them both by being pushed left by running into Bowser, and then I started running real quick and jumped above them both. And there we go. Bowser is gone, the princess is saved, and this quest is over. So, is it possible to beat New Super Mario Bros. DS without pressing left? Sadly, no it isn't. Everything was good up until World 8, and then it started going downhill real quick. We needed 3 left presses in 8-2, 1 in 8-Tower, 2 in 8-3, and 6 in the infamous 8-Tower number 2. This brings up the total to 12 left presses. It is not perfect, but it's kinda good anyways. Thanks a lot for watching this video, my dudes. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and to hit the notification bell to know when I post a new one. Smash like to support me, and if you want to join Team BBQ and have your name in the credits like those epic gamers over there, well, tap the join button or click the link in the description. Alright, I will see you in the next one.